So you've decided to start selling products on Amazon. Should you source your products locally in the country where you live, or should you source your products internationally from overseas? And why do most Amazon sellers decide to source their products from Asia and primarily China? In this video also, we're going to be talking about how you can do product research and what products you should be selling in the summer of 2021. Are you ready? Let's get to work. Arguably, deciding whether you should source your products locally or internationally really depends on your long-term vision for your business. Do you want to create a brand and business and scale it globally and use Amazon as a platform? Or do you just want to use Amazon as an investment and make some money? Ideally, you want to do both, but you'll understand in a few minutes what I mean by that. Also, make sure you keep watching the video till the end because we're going to be talking about some very interesting statistics that can help you decide on a product to sell in the summer of 2021. But if this is your first time watching a video on this channel, hi, my name is Crystal and I'm the founder of Amazon Sellers Society, and we help people like you, entrepreneurs, brands and businesses, launch their products successfully on Amazon in the Middle East. If you want to know more information, you know what to do. Just check out our website and all the details on our website right here. Make sure you also click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you are notified whenever we upload a new video. Like this video and leave a comment down below if you want to win a 1-hour consultation call with me where we can discuss everything about Amazon. Jump on our Instagram account, Amazon Sellers Society, if you want daily inspiration. That's it. Let's get started. So by now, you should know the difference or the different business models that you can follow when you are selling on Amazon. If you don't, I suggest that you watch the video right here, or I will also leave it linked in the description box below. So let's decide that you decided, or let's agree that you decided to sell as a wholesaler or just white labeling, basically a basic product. You're just gonna add your logo on it. Very simple, very straightforward. If you want to follow this type of business selling or business model on Amazon, what are the pros and cons of selling internationally and locally? Let's get started with number one, the price. Definitely, this is a pro for international sourcing and a con for local sourcing. Why? Because if you're sourcing a product locally, you're definitely not getting it directly from the manufacturer. You're getting it from somebody who's buying it from the manufacturer. And that person obviously needs to make a little bit of a profit. So you're going to be buying it from a third party, like a trading company, for example. So you're going to be spending a little bit more money for that product versus you buying it directly from the manufacturer, being able to negotiate with the manufacturer, promising the manufacturer that you're going to order more quantity later on in the future and trying to squeeze the best price out of the manufacturer. That's not really possible when you are buying from a wholesaler or a trading company in the UAE or KSA. Second thing is logistics. This is something that is a pro for local suppliers or local, suppliers, or a con for international suppliers. Why? Because logistics, if you get the product from the same country that you live in, it's just a matter of a few days and then you have it in the Amazon warehouse. Whereas if you're buying products internationally, you have to think about shipping. Sometimes shipping is a very big headache, especially if you're shipping via sea. So how do you ship? Which type of shipping should you choose? All of that, you don't really need to think about it when you are sourcing locally. All you need to think about is sending the products over to the Amazon warehouse. So yes, and there's the matter of time as well. So it's definitely a positive thing when you're getting the products locally versus internationally. What about competition? Now, when you're sourcing products locally, the competition is going to be really tough because it's very easy for people to find the same exact product that you are getting from local suppliers and wholesalers versus finding the same exact supplier internationally. Yes, there are fantastic websites like Alibaba that help people find suppliers. However, if you made an effort and found a really unique supplier selling a really unique product, it's not going to be very easy for anyone to source it. Plus, they're gonna have to get it also internationally, which gives you a very big gap of time whereby you can be the only one selling that product on Amazon. So from a competition point of view, yes, it's much better to get the product internationally. And also, if you think about it, you're not getting the product directly from the manufacturer if you're sourcing it locally, meaning the wholesaler in the country where you are getting products from, so let's say the UAE, can decide that they no longer want to bring that product. And then what are you going to do? You're going to have to go and find the actual supplier and the actual manufacturer of that product. So it becomes a bit of a headache. So yes, sourcing internationally from a competition point of view would be much better. Finally, quality and quality control. Much easier for you to figure out the quality of the product when the product is locally available. You can even check out all the units that you are purchasing. Whereas if you are sourcing internationally, you have to order a sample and maybe invest in an inspection company if you are not really certain about the product quality. So yes, it's much easier from a quality perspective to inspect the quality of the product when you're getting the product locally. Now, what about if you are private labeling, advanced private labeling, making very big changes to the product, even manufacturing the product? What is the difference? What are the pros and cons of local manufacturing versus international manufacturing? I'm not going to be talking about quality because there's a very big misconception that the quality from China is low quality. However, as you guys know, most of the major brands currently manufacture their products in China. Apple, just to name a few. So most brands are manufacturing in China, and there are a lot of levels to the quality that you can get from China. But from a branding perspective, of course, it makes much more sense for you to be able to say made in the UAE versus made in China. So for that particular point, if you want to use that as an advantage, yes, you can use that as an advantage if you were, from a branding perspective, if you were to manufacture your products in the UAE or in KSA. Now, from an MOQ perspective, definitely manufacturers in China are used to manufacturing a lot of quantities in the year. So they are willing to be very flexible with MOQs to a certain extent, of course, whereas countries like the UAE and KSA are not going to be that flexible. So you're going to find a little bit more flexibility with the MOQ when you are sourcing your products and manufacturing your products overseas. And that's primarily the reason why most people would rather manufacture their products overseas, for the flexibility of the MOQ and definitely for the price. So we're not going to be talking about the price in this section because definitely the price is going to be very different. You're definitely going to be able to find a much lower price in China, whereas sourcing the products or manufacturing the products rather locally, it's going to be a little bit more expensive because of the different types of living and so many different costs and expenses. There's a very big difference between China and the UAE for sure. What about inspection? Same exact thing. Of course, inspection in the UAE is going to be much easier. Even you can inspect the factory before you put an order or place an order. So inspecting the quality of the product in the UAE is going to be much easier than having to get an inspection company and somebody to do that for you in China. Last thing, maybe something that you don't really think about, and that's the language barrier. There is a very big language barrier in China. Yes, it's getting easier. They are able to speak more English, but there is a different culture and a different language barrier. So it's much easier to get your products manufactured in the UAE. It's much easier for somebody to understand you, and there is no language barrier and no issues there. Now you have a full breakdown about the pros and cons, and you can make a decision based on whatever suits your business. But what about products and product research and what you can sell in the summer of 2021? What type of perspective should you have based on the statistics and the data coming out internationally for 2021? Let's talk some numbers for your Amazon business. an estimated 1.8 people worldwide purchase goods online. 63% of shopping actually starts online, even if it ends in regular brick and mortar stores. And a crazy 75% of shoppers check every day because they expect something new constantly. That's according to Salesforce. Let me give you some inspiration about potential products that you can sell this summer. The trending niches of 2021 are shapewear, travel accessories, health and beauty products, smartwatches, healthcare, hobbies, and craft. And that's according to top e-commerce stores, including AliExpress, DHgate, Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. And the number one thing people are most looking forward to this summer, well, it's travel. As I'm sure you're quite aware, most Amazon sellers tell you to avoid selling seasonal products, for sure. But what about semi-seasonal products? Have you ever heard about semi-seasonal products? So seasonal products are products that are attached to a particular event, like Christmas, for example, or Mother's Day or Valentine's Day. Very, very, very seasonal. Whereas semi-seasonal products are seasonal, but they are attached to the geographic location. So a product that is probably not that seasonal in the UAE, like a pool floaty, for example, or anything related to the beach, might be a super seasonal product for somebody living in Canada, living and selling in Canada. So you want to think outside of the box when you are trying to find products to sell on Amazon, and semi-seasonal products can be just that. They are products that are, yes, arguably not used every single day, like standard products like kitchen items, for example. However, they are different and they do stand out, and they are fun for you to be able to sell, because you're going to find a lot of people are going to think that they are seasonal and they're going to move away from them. But as always, you need to verify the products, you need to verify the demand, and you need to make sure that the margins are there so that you are able to sell the products successfully and build your business on Amazon in the UAE or Amazon in KSA. Make sure that you leave a thumbs up to this video and share it with like-minded people so we can grow our community. And I'll see you in another video with more information. Bye.